The faint jingle of keys in her purse sliced through the quiet of our living room like a blade. I stood frozen, my heart pounding, as Sarah rummaged through her bag, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. Her laughter, light and carefree, filled the air as she chatted on the phone, planning a work dinner that I now knew was a lie. Tucked in the corner of her wallet, hidden behind a grocery receipt, was a hotel keycard, its glossy surface gleaming with a truth she swore she'd buried years ago. We'd been here before. 3 years back, when whispered apologies and tear-soaked promises spilled from her lips, she vowed she'd never cheat again. I believed her. I rebuilt my trust, brick by fragile brick, because I loved her, because I thought we were worth it. But that keycard, with its smug, embossed logo, mocked every moment of faith I'd poured into us. It wasn't just a piece of plastic. It was a confession, a betrayal, a crack in the foundation of our marriage that I couldn't unsee. The evening had started innocently enough. Sarah had come home late, her cheeks flushed from the autumn chill, her smile as warm as ever. "Long day at the office," she'd said, kicking off her heels and tossing her purse onto the counter. I'd nodded, distracted by the dishes I was scrubbing, the mundane rhythm of our life together. But something felt off, a flicker of unease I couldn't place. Maybe it was the way her eyes darted away when I asked about her day, or the hurried way she scooped up her purse when I offered to grab her phone charger from it. "Love you," she'd called out, already halfway up the stairs to shower. I'd muttered it back, my voice hollow, the words tasting like ash. That's when I saw it, the corner of her wallet peeking out from her purse, unzipped just enough to tempt me. I don't know why I looked. Maybe it was the ghost of old suspicions, the ones I'd buried deep after her last affair. But my hands moved before my mind could stop them, flipping open the wallet, sifting through receipts and cards until my fingers brushed against something cold and smooth. A hotel keycard. The kind you don't keep unless you plan to use it. My stomach lurched. The room spun, the edges of my vision blurring as I stared at the keycard, its black surface reflecting the dim kitchen light. The logo was unmistakable, Hotel Azure, a boutique place downtown, the kind of spot you book for discreet escapes, not business trips. My mind raced, piecing together fragments of the past few weeks, her late nights, her sudden meetings, the perfume that clung to her coat, a scent I didn't recognize. I wanted to scream, to hurl the keycard across the room, but all I could do was stand there, clutching it, my heart splintering. I slipped the keycard back into her wallet, my hands trembling, and sank onto the couch. Memories flooded me, our wedding day, her laugh as we danced under string lights, the way she'd clung to me when we lost our first pregnancy, promising we'd get through it together. We'd built a life, a home, a decade of shared dreams. How could she throw it away again? How could I have been so blind? The shower shut off upstairs, and I heard her footsteps, light and unhurried. Each step felt like a countdown to a confrontation I wasn't ready for. I wanted answers, but I dreaded them. What if she lied again? What if she didn't? The weight of the truth pressed against my chest, suffocating me. "Everything okay, Matt?" Sarah's voice broke through my thoughts. She stood at the bottom of the stairs, her damp hair curling around her shoulders, her expression soft but guarded. She wore one of my old t-shirts, the one she always stole when she wanted to feel close to me. The irony burned. "Yeah, I lied," my voice barely steady. "Just tired." She tilted her head, studying me. "You sure? You look off." I wanted to laugh, a bitter, broken sound. Off. My world was unraveling, and she had the nerve to ask if I was okay? But I swallowed the rage, the hurt, and forced a smile. "Just a long day. How was yours?" Her eyes flickered, just for a moment, before she shrugged. "Same old. Meetings, emails, you know." She moved to the kitchen, grabbing a glass of water, her movements too casual, too practiced. "I've got that dinner tomorrow night, by the way. Might be late again." "Dinner?" I repeated, the word heavy on my tongue. "With who?" She didn't look at me. "Just some clients. Boring stuff." I nodded, my jaw tight. The keycard burned in my mind, a silent accusation. I could have confronted her then, could have held up the evidence and demanded the truth. But something stopped me, fear, maybe, or the desperate hope that I was wrong. That there was an explanation. that the woman I loved hadn't shattered me again. The next day dragged, each hour a slow drip of dread. I went through the motions at work, my thoughts spiraling. By evening, I was a wreck, pacing our empty house while Sarah was at her dinner. I tried to distract myself, scrolling through my phone, flipping on the TV, but nothing could drown out the image of that keycard. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed my keys and drove to Hotel Azure. The lobby was sleek, all glass and polished wood, the kind of place that screamed money and secrets. I lingered near the bar, my eyes scanning the room. And then I saw her. Sarah, in a black dress I'd never seen before, her laughter carrying across the space as she leaned close to a man I didn't recognize. He was older, polished, his hand brushing hers as they shared a drink. My chest tightened, a vice squeezing my heart until I couldn't breathe. I didn't approach them. I couldn't. Instead, I slipped out, the cool night air hitting me like a slap. I drove home in a daze, the image of her smile, directed at someone else, seared into my mind. When I got home, I sat in the dark, waiting. Hours later, the front door clicked open. "Matt." Sarah's voice was soft, tentative. "You're still up?" I didn't answer right away. I couldn't. The words were there, sharp and jagged, but they caught in my throat. Finally, I stood, facing her. I found the keycard, Sarah. Her face paled, her eyes wide. "What?" "The hotel key. In your wallet." My voice was low, but it trembled with the weight of everything I'd held back. "Don't lie to me. Not again." She opened her mouth, then closed it, her hands twisting together. "Matt, it's not what you think." "Then what is it?" I snapped, my control fraying. "Because I saw you. At the hotel. With him." Her breath hitched, and for a moment, she looked like she might cry. But then her shoulders slumped, and the fight left her. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. "It was just a mistake." "A mistake?" I laughed, the sound raw and bitter. "You swore, Sarah. You looked me in the eyes and promised you'd never do this again. And I believed you. I trusted you." "I know," she said, tears spilling down her cheeks. "I know, and I'm so sorry. I love you, Matt. I do. I got lost." "Lost?" I echoed, my voice breaking. "You didn't get lost. You chose this. You chose him." She shook her head, stepping toward me, but I backed away. "It's not about him," she said. "It's about me. I don't know why I did it. I hate myself for it." Her words hung between us, heavy and useless. I wanted to believe her, to cling to the love we'd shared, but all I could see was that keycard, that man, her laughter. "I can't do this again," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. "I can't keep breaking for you." "Matt, please," she begged, reaching for me. "We can fix this. We can go to therapy. We can." No, the word was final, a door slamming shut. "I gave you everything. My trust, my heart, my life. And you threw it away. Again." She sobbed, sinking onto the couch, her face buried in her hands. I wanted to comfort her, to hold her like I always had, but I couldn't. Not this time. The pain was too raw, the betrayal too deep. I turned and walked upstairs, each step heavier than the last. In our bedroom, I stared at the bed we'd shared for years, the photos on the nightstand, the life we'd built. It felt like a lie now, a fragile illusion shattered by a single keycard. I didn't know what came next, divorce, counseling, or just surviving this ache. But I knew one thing, I couldn't stay here, in this house, with her. As dawn broke, I packed a bag, my movements mechanical. Sarah's cries echoed from downstairs, but I didn't go to her. I couldn't. The man who loved her was still in there, somewhere, but he was drowning in the hurt, the anger, the betrayal. I stepped outside, the morning air cold against my skin, and closed the door behind me. The jingle of my own keys was